So today I'm going to be showing my video game pickups for the month of May. So yeah, so we're going to start right now, so we're stalling no time. So yeah, we're going to start with this one, the Nintendo 64 game called NASCAR 99. So yeah, so I got this, I had to get this one ordered. Obviously it's a no-brainer. So I decided to get this ordered and I played it. I was kind of confused because when I first played this, I was like, this kind of reminds me of that other game that we showed for last month back in April. That was NASCAR 2000. It's basically the same game, but this one is a little bit, it's like a year difference, obviously. This one's 99, the other one I showed before was 2000. So this one's going to take time, like I stated in the last one with NASCAR 2000. This one's going to take me a little bit more time with, because obviously this is going to be, because I get familiar with the controls. Obviously I like to play the PlayStation version, like I mentioned in the last video with NASCAR 2000. This one is going to take me a little bit more practice. You know, it's a no-brainer. Yeah, so NASCAR 99 for Nintendo 64. Put that right there. And next we're going to show PS1 games. I got two of them. So this one called Kestrel Honda World Superbike Team Superbike Racing. So yeah, so this game, I remember playing this on emulation, so I decided, you know what, well, I'm going to get a physical copy because I like to have it on my shelf. I can actually display it. If I want to play it using the DuckStation emulator, I can use the physical disc if I wanted to. That's why I want it. I just want the physical game. So yeah, so I remember playing this game. I love this game. Even though it's not top tier, like all the way up here, it's more like it's a solid racer. If you're playing something like old like this, I would recommend it if you like racing games. But I know the gameplay is probably not the greatest, but it's not that bad. Even though I play it multiple times, I do like it. It's just obviously not gonna be like top tier like Gran Turismo or anything like that, or even MotoGP or whatever. But it's close enough, but kind of okay. Yeah, Kestrel Honda Superbike Racing. So this is for the PlayStation 1. So I'll put that right there. Next, I got another PlayStation 1 game. This one is one of my favorite, and I would highly recommend this to you guys. Is Supercross 2000 for the PlayStation 1. So yeah, so basically this game I would highly recommend. Then the other one, the sequel called EA Sports Supercross, which is known as Supercross 2001. This game, it's basically playable than that one is. If you ever played Supercross 2001, you can't deny it's basically unplayable. It's so buggy. I felt like the game was rushed. This one, however, they spent a lot of time on this one. Even though it has a really good soundtrack, you got one song from MXPX, you got Polly on here, you got two songs from The Living End. There's a lot of great pop punk artists in this soundtrack of this game. I highly recommend it. If you like those artists, you like Supercross games or racing games, highly recommend this. So yeah, Supercross 2000 for the PlayStation 1. So next is Dreamcast games. I got two to show. So this one's called Suzuki All-Star Extreme Racing. So I have played this game briefly. So basically this game is you're just driving through checkpoints and trying to get into the first position, which can be a little bit trickier if you're trying to get to that first place spot. Which is, yeah, so it will show you in the back here. So you have to go, you got checkpoint, you got a timer. How many times, like, let me explain this. So if you miss the checkpoint by, let's say, a fraction of a second, it basically means it's game over, pretty much at that point. So yeah, so it's hard to get the first place spot if you're trying to beat the timer, like you're playing a rally game. Not really, but you know, at first you're trying to get to one checkpoint to another checkpoint. It can be frustrating. It means it gets you on the edge of your seat and on your tippy toes, trying to get that first position. It's been me trying to get that first place. Even though there's been times I haven't got the first place. I maybe got 2, maybe 3, but I'm gonna work so hard to get the first place and maybe beat the game. We'll see. So yeah, Suzuki All-Star Extreme Racing for the Sega Dreamcast. Next is another Supercross game. This one's for the Sega Dreamcast. This one's called Jeremy McGrath Supercross 2000. Yeah, so this game believe it or not, I have shown this game on a different platform for Nintendo 64. So I told you guys I actually did beat it on my, I think on my community page on YouTube. So I decided, you know what, I'm gonna go for the Sega Dreamcast version. Basically, say why not, right? Because I like Supercross games, so I decided to go for it. So yeah, so I am still working on this game to complete it. So I'm on the third option. I think I did the first two. You do motocross races. It's called the national tracks. Then you get the Supercross tracks, and then you do the third option. I forgot what it's called. I think it's called the combined combo tracks, whatever it means. You do both nationals and Supercross tracks all in one. So yeah, so I am still working on that, and I'm going to work on the last and final tracks, which is the fourth option. There's 4 race choices to choose from, so I'm going to still work on that. So yeah, German Minecraft Supercross 2000 for the Sega Dreamcast. And next we're going to show a PS3 game. This is the only PS3 game I had to pick up this year. This is the one that I really wanted to try out so badly, so I was able to find it, called Pure for the PlayStation 3. So this game, believe it or not, I was looking forward to this game ever since I heard about it. Maybe it was years ago. I just never got around to get to it. So I decided, you know what? I went to the GameStop and they had it. So I was kind of hesitant to get it at first, and so you know what? I'll get it anyway, right? Because they had retro section at my local GameStop, so I decided to go for it. So even though this one's made by Disney, it's kind of weird. I didn't know it was based off a show, or maybe they'd say, you know what? Why not make our own racing game? Why not, right? So it was a fun game. It's challenging. So yeah, so Pure for the PS3. Next is PS4 games. I have 2 to show. This is going to be the one that I wanted to show. This is called WRC 5. So this game is basically like an enhanced version of the PS3 version and probably the Vita version. And I know there's 3 different versions, and if you're including other versions like the 360, the PC version. But on PlayStation, there's only 3 options to choose from. You can choose the PS3, the PS4, or the PS Vita version. So I decided, you know what, I'm going to go for the PS4 version. So even though I did beat this game like a while ago, so I decided to get the physical copy. Luckily, I got this game for $10. So it's really good. I love this game, even though there's the review says it's meh, but sure, it's okay. When I first played it for the first time years ago, because I had a digital version of this game, I was like, you know what, it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be, but it could have been a little bit better. You know, it's fine. I think 6 was a lot better game. So yeah, so WRC 5 is kind of like a middle class rally game. It's not that bad, but yeah. WRC 5 for the PS4. Next is another PS4 game. This one's called MX vs. ATV Supercross Encore, which I know this game gets a lot of hate for this version of this game, even though I would highly recommend this version of this game versus the PS3 version, because the PS3 version has a lot of bugs, a lot of glitches, because there has been times when you're trying to start a race, you're basically like in front of where the padlock station is, right? You mean when it goes down when you start the race. This game, I'm pretty sure they fixed that issue because I had never saw any glitches or any problems with it whatsoever. I just don't understand why this game gets so much hate, because I can understand if it was the original version, like the original MX vs. ATV Supercross. I'll show that right now, what I'm talking about. Yeah, this version right here. MX vs. ATV Supercross, this is the one I picked up. Was the Encore version. So yeah, so this game is basically the worst. I would not recommend it, even though I got this game about a year or 2 ago. So not recommended this one. Even though I finished it, and also I finished this 2 days after I got the game. So basically, this version I would highly recommend. The other version I just showed, nah, that's bad. It has full of glitches. If you have nothing but a PS3, then I feel sorry for you, but this version I think is highly recommended, even though despite all the hate it gets. So yeah, MX vs. ATV Supercross Encore for the PS4, and the last 3 games are going to be for Nintendo Switch games. So this is one of them that kind of surprised me. It's called Halloween and Ash vs. Evil Dead. This is a Retro Realms games that it's 2 games for the price of 1. So this is basically like a side-scroller, a platformer game. So it's really challenging, to be honest with you. You can choose 2 games. You can choose Halloween. That's the one I played first, is Halloween. And then I was going to work, after I beat Halloween, I'm going to go and play the second game called Ash vs. Evil Dead. So basically, the games are a bit challenging. It's fun. Don't get me wrong, and very gory, all that stuff, but it's really fun. I love platformer games from time to time. This is a must-have if you're like retro-style platformers and just beat your enemies up with weapons or whatnot. That'd be kind of cool. But it's kind of cool, and play with your favorite horror movie characters, like either it's Ash from Evil Dead or even Michael Myers from Halloween. So I wish I don't know if they did one for Scream. That would be kind of cool if they did. But yeah, so this is what I decided to pick up. And I got this for $17.99, so about under $20. So yeah, Retro Realms, Halloween, and Ash vs. Evil Dead for Nintendo Switch. And next is called MX vs. ATV All Out. So this one basically is the sequel to this game that we just shown called Supercross Encore. So it's basically a direct follow-up to that game into this game. So this game I am still working on. I'm doing the series mode, which is basically just the main game, like the championship mode. And basically you do off-road, you do freestyle, Supercross, stuff like that. So basically, then the rest of them are just DLC track. You can tell by the yellow tabs that will show like a few of those. Those are just DLC. It means you have to purchase that through the eShop, or if you have the PS4 version, it means you have to go for the PSN store or the Steam store if you have it on PC. So yes, I am still working on this game so vividly, even though I'm on the much later in the game. So on that one of the Supercross tracks. So yeah, so MX vs. ATV All Out for Nintendo Switch. And the last and the final game that I'm going to show is MXGP3. This is a most controversial opinion of mine. I know a lot of people usually say, oh, this is one of the best games ever. This is one of the greatest MX vs. GP games of all time, which I know I'm going to probably piss a lot of people off. This game, to me, I wouldn't say it's the worst game ever made. I'm not going to say it's the S tier or the best God tier mode game. I would say it's more like the middle tier, because the reason I say at first when you start playing this game, you get your ass handed to you. I mean, you can't even get in first place half the time because you're basically getting screwed away, but because of the AI. Because sure, it has better physics, it has better graphics, better stuff. It's just when you're trying to get from first place to get from where you start, all the way to the end of when you do 3 laps or more, it kind of does get challenging. Which it did took me a while to actually upgrade my bike, even though that's mandatory. By the way, you mean you obviously when you purchase a new bike and you earn more in-game credits, I would highly recommend this upgrade your bike. Like for any racing game that has that, you can actually tune your vehicle or even buy parts like to have better performance and horsepower. I would highly suggest that. I would recommend it. So basically, I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm trying to wake up here. So basically, this game is not bad. It's okay. Sure, it has better performance and better graphics, better traction. It's not for me personally. So I would still play it. It's just one of those games I'm probably not going to go back to much, and maybe if I want to, I would. So yeah, MXGP3 for Nintendo Switch. So yeah, so anyway, that is it for my pickup video for the month of May. So I'm going to be working on the one for June, which I will show that one July 1st. So anyway, thanks for watching this video. If you like this video, make sure you like and subscribe if you're new. So anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time, and bye.